having trouble getting started with making a plan for returning to work or school after lockdown? Today, I'm going to show you how to make a plan with 5 easy questions. Hi, how you doing? I'm Dr. Geneva, leadership strategist, co-author of LinkedIn for Business, and host of the Ignite to Impact podcast. After my last video on the best strategies to get yourself prepared for the new normal, several people commented that they were kind of stuck getting started with making their plan for how to return to school, to work, or for planning their career, starting a business, or whatever they wanted to do. So I thought that this might be a good thing to talk about. First, let me just say, what is a plan? Going real basic, it's those steps or activities you put together to achieve something. And usually you want to do it beforehand, before that is whatever it is you want to get done. And really, it helps you get what you want, helps you get done what you want to get done. And it's useful because it really serves as a guide to help you along your path. It helps to organize the things you have to do. So it kind of sets you up with a system. And it also can help keep you motivated. But the thing that I love the most about making a plan is that it keeps you focused on the solution, because you're putting together actions to solve something, to do something, to achieve something. So as you're planning, and because you have this plan, it's keeps you focused on what's going to work for you, the solution. And that's why it was one of my recommendations for a good strategy for tough times or new situations, like stepping back into the new normal. So I want to give you 5 easy questions that you can ask yourself when you're wanting to put together a plan. Now, these are the basics really for any plan. Some plans you might want to put together for your dreams for a year. Some might be a couple of years. Some might you want to put together in your organization to help employees. Some you may want to do for your business. And of course, we know those good old business plans. There are lots of variations, ways you can build on your plan. But asking these questions will get you the basics. Okay, first question. What do I want to accomplish? Hey, you want to set a goal. You want to ask yourself, what is it you want to do? For example, do you want to write a book? Do you want to lose weight? Do you want to pay off your bills? Or how about starting a business? But you want to know what it is you want to accomplish, and you want to be clear on that. Oftentimes, this is referred to as your goal. What is it you want to do? So that's the first question. Ask yourself, what is it I want to do? What do I want to achieve? What do I want to accomplish? And don't forget, once you've decided on that, to write it down. Okay? So that, I'm going to continue to say that, because writing it down, the research shows that when you write down your plan, your goals, what it is you want to do, it makes a difference. You can be more successful. Okay. Question number 2 to ask yourself as you're getting started with making your plan is, what will my life be like when I achieve my goal? Now, this is a good one. This really gets into your why, your purpose. Why are you doing this thing? Why do you want to achieve this? What's your motivation? And again, this, when you have this is going to help you as you move along in implementing your plan, because this is your grounding. This is your why, your raison d'etre. This is the reason why you want to do this. So you want to ask yourself that. So for example, if you decided that your goal was to write a book, ask yourself, well, why? And what will my life be like when I write this book? Maybe you're writing it to be an expert in your field. So your life will be like, you'll be an expert. You'll be out there and you'll be able to, more income, more influence. So what is it? Maybe when, if your goal is to lose weight and you ask yourself, well, why? What will my life be like when I lose weight? Maybe it's, you'll be in better health. You'll see yourself as, a better picture of looking good and feeling good. Or perhaps you want to play with your children more and you want your life to be that, so that you can be with them more. Whatever it is, this is a crucial part of your process. And this question is so important. It gets you, makes you, forces you to look ahead and imagine and think about and visualize, well, what will my life be like when I achieve my goal? The third question is, what do I need to do and when to accomplish my goal? Okay, so let me tell you, this is one of those that this for me is the meat and potatoes. When they said this is the thing, because this is where the action comes in. One of my favorite quotes is, the difference between who you are and who you want to be is what you do. Those are the action steps. How do you implement? What do you do? This question of what do I need to do and when to accomplish it is really your action part, your implementation. And this is where you consider options. You might want to do several things to get to your goal. And this is okay. You start your options, you think about your options here, and all of the various steps that you can and should take. Some people think about this as putting together your to-do list, or creating your action steps, or your task. However you frame it, it's your action. What is it you got to do to make this happen? And the other important part of this that goes hand in hand is, what do I need to do and when? So it's very important to have some time parameters, a start and an end, so that you're going, this is when I'm going to start this thing. This is when I plan to finish it. So back to that, writing that book, perhaps you'll say, you're going to write 100 pages a week, and you're going to start writing next month, and you're going to be finished by the end of August. But do you see, you give yourself a start and an end, and really on the task. So it goes hand in hand, the task or the step, and when you're going to start and end. This is the meat and potatoes. What do I need to do and when to accomplish my goal? The fourth question to ask yourself as you're making your plan is, what resources do I need to accomplish my goal? Now, we're talking about, you might need some money. You might need some extra time. You might need to carve out a space and time, or go away for a weekend, or change your schedule to accommodate, or there might be people resources. You may need some help. But this is the time that you figure out, well, what is it that I need? It also is a good time to do an inventory of yourself and what you got. What are your strengths? What are the things that will, provide you some great opportunities to accomplish this goal? What are some things that, in fact, might get in the way of you accomplishing your goal? So you take this inventory and you think about it. So if you want to lose weight and there's a new gym just down the street, hey, that may be a really great opportunity for you to get this goal of losing weight on. So you take the time to assess the resources that you need, whether it's time, money, or people resources, and you take an inventory of your own assets and what you have. And this will give you a real good sense of the resources that you have and the resources that you'll need to accomplish your goal. And then question number 5, the last question to ask yourself is, how do I know when I've achieved my goal? Now, I'm going to tell you this, as I work with folk around this whole area of developing your personal action plan and success strategies that work, etc. When we get to this part about, so when have you reached success? There's a lot of people that don't think about it. This is the monitoring and evaluating and checking into where I am part. And also the time when you say, well, how do I know when I've finished? How do I know when I've succeeded? How do I know when I've reached that goal? For example, back to that book that you write. Have you completed your goal when your book is submitted to the publisher? Or is it when you have your final draft? Or is it when you have your book signing? And you might say, well, it's all of that. Yeah, but you got to make sure that you identify what it is, or else you'll never know when you've reached your milestone. And so in this question uncovers the milestones that you want to make. And it's important as you're making your plan to identify them along the way so that you'll feel successful when you've reached those milestones. You'll have a sense of accomplishment. You'll be able to monitor your progress. That's also going to keep you motivated, as well as you'll be able to reward yourself at each milestone. So in other words, it's got to be that progress that you have to see. So you have to figure out beforehand, when am I going to say, hey, I've achieved something? So those are the 5, and I think they're very easy questions, and you can just write them down and then start answering them. Go to a quiet place just for yourself and begin to think about them. Reflect on these questions, answer them, and you'll find you really, when you finish, you're going to have your plan. You really are going to have the makings of your plan. Now, you can always build on it. You can always leverage it. And I talk a lot about this in the trainings that I did with AARP. A lot of folk were interested in, how do you create a personal action plan for 2021? And these trainings give all of the fundamental steps, the fun steps, the steps that you can do to create a personal action plan. So it really dives deep into that, into the whole area of developing a personal action plan, which is, I believe, one of the best strategies for success, for achieving influence, income, and impact. It really makes a difference. And so you can go over to the Michigan AARP page and see that. There are 3 different trainings where there's a deep dive in not only how you put together a personal action plan, but also how you put in that accountability and self-care along the way. So many people, when they put together a plan, they'll say, yeah, I put my game plan together, but I can't stick with it, or I don't stick with it, or I feel overwhelmed. Well, part of these trainings help you with some tips to stay on track and take care of yourself along the way. So that's what I hope you've found this helpful. I am, as I shared with you in our last session, I am going to be bringing the Ignite to Impact podcast live on LinkedIn starting in June. I'm very excited about it. And I wanted to have these conversations with you now about various topics. And we've been talking about how to return to the new normal, because I wanted to really set the stage for what the Ignite to Impact podcast are going to talk about. We're going to talk with guests who have used various success strategies to achieve what they wanted to in life, and they're making incredible impact in the world. And so we're going to have conversations with them and learn a lot about what it takes to achieve success, to figure out next steps, to put together strategies that work, to practice self-care that keeps you away from, reduces overwhelm, helps to make you the number one priority, and all those kind of great things. And if you want to take a sneak peek or a preview of the kinds of conversations that we've had over the past couple of years, go to ignitetoimpact.com and you will see hundreds of podcasts. I hope you listen and comment, that you'll enjoy just such a range of really good conversations, success stories and solutions and secrets that folk have shared from all across the country. So I want to bring that to LinkedIn Live, and we'll be having these great conversations. I'm so excited about it. And so thank you. Oh, I probably should let you know about one of the things I was involved with a couple of years ago, was the co-author of this LinkedIn for Business Consultants. And I did this with Deborah Ferris. It's chock full of great information about how to win on LinkedIn. But what I like most about it is its personal stories, success stories from a variety of people who've been very successful here on LinkedIn. And it's particularly for coaches, experts, and trainers. And so it covers various topics such as, figuring out your purpose on LinkedIn, how you get started with your story, quotes and brings information in from people like Tony Roberts, how to engage, how to network to the next level, all kinds of great things about, how you can be successful on LinkedIn. And I was the co-author of this. So go to my Amazon page Geneva Williams at Amazon.com. You'll be able to find it. And it's just been such a delight to be here today and to have conversation with you. And I hope that you'll use the 5 easy questions for you to get started on your plan. I think it'll make a difference, but I'd love to hear your comments. Please let me know whether or not you've tried it, whether it makes a difference, whether or not we should have some more conversation on planning, making plans, making your personal action plan. How do you create success strategies and all that sort of good stuff? So I have been, I think this is my time is up to be with you. I've enjoyed it, and I will see you next week. Don't forget to check out Ignite to Impact podcast. Like it, listen to it, comment on it. Let me know what you think. And I'll see you next week. Bye-bye. Have a good one.